A billionaire can buy a rocket to go to space, but a single mom can't afford insulin for her kid. Tell me how that makes sense? Because if the richest people on Earth can change the world with a single check, why do so many people still die just because they're poor? Let me tell you two stories. One is about a man who owns 6 homes, 3 yachts, and a private jet that costs more to fill up than you'll make this year. The other is about a woman named Rachel who works 2 jobs and still can't afford her son's asthma medicine. Both live in the same country, both rely on the same healthcare system. But only one of them can afford to get sick. So the question isn't can the rich pay for everyone's healthcare, it's why haven't they? And maybe more importantly, should they have to? Every year, millions of people skip doctor visits because they can't afford it. Some wait until the pain gets unbearable. Some wait until it's too late. Rachel is one of them. She's 36, works at a grocery store by day, cleans offices by night. Her paycheck disappears the moment it lands. Rent, food, bills, gone. Then her son Leo starts coughing at night. His asthma gets worse. The inhaler costs $80. The doctor visit? $150. She does the math. If she takes Leo to the doctor, she can't pay rent. If she skips it, she risks his life. That's not a choice anyone should have to make, and yet millions do. Meanwhile, at that exact moment, a billionaire somewhere just earned $5 million from his investments while sleeping. So people ask, shouldn't the rich step in? Shouldn't they help? But as soon as you ask that question, you step into one of the most explosive debates in finance and morality. Let's break this down. Why people say yes, the rich should pay. Because the gap between rich and poor has become absurd. The richest 1% owns nearly half of all wealth on Earth. That means a few thousand people have more money than billions combined. And healthcare? It's not some luxury car. It's survival. Supporters of taxing the rich say, if billionaires built their fortunes in a country where everyone else keeps the system running, roads, workers, schools, electricity, they should help keep people healthy too. Think about it. Workers build their products. Consumers buy their services. Society maintains the stability they rely on. So when the same society is drowning in medical debt, it feels like the rich are living on a different planet. And technically, if just the top 1% contributed an extra few percent in taxes, the country could fund universal healthcare for every citizen. It's not impossible. It's math. Why people say no? The rich shouldn't pay, but the other side says this. It's not the rich's job to fix a broken system. They argue that billionaires already pay huge amounts in taxes, create jobs, and drive the economy. If they're forced to pay for everyone's healthcare, what happens next? Do we start taxing success until there's nothing left to strive for? Do innovators stop building, investors stop funding, and economies stop growing? That's the fear. People worry that by punishing wealth, we might actually make things worse for everyone, especially the poor. And let's be real, governments don't have the best track record when it comes to managing money efficiently. Even if billionaires handed over billions, would it actually reach people like Rachel? Or get lost in the system? Let's pause for a second, because numbers and arguments are easy to throw around. But this debate is about people. So let's go back to Rachel. She finally took Leo to the ER after his breathing got scary one night. They gave him treatment, and he got better. But the bill was $4,200, for one emergency visit. She didn't have that kind of money. She started paying it off in small amounts, but then interest kicked in. Now, 2 years later, she still owes half of it. She skips her own doctor visits now just to keep up. Meanwhile, a billionaire just spent the same amount, $4,200, on dinner and wine. No judgment, just reality. That's the world we live in. And it raises a moral question. If you can save someone's life with money, you'll never miss. Shouldn't you? Zooming out, the bigger picture. It's full of middlemen, insurance loopholes, and hidden fees. A single MRI scan might cost $300 in one state and $3,000 in another. And while people argue about whether the rich should pay, the truth is, everyone's paying. Through higher premiums, through medical debt, through stress, pain, and lost time. Even the wealthy can't fully escape it. They just experience it differently. But here's the real twist. Some of the richest people actually agree that they should pay more. Warren Buffett once said his secretary pays a higher tax rate than he does, and called it wrong. Bill Gates has openly supported higher taxes on billionaires to fund healthcare and education. Even Elon Musk, who's often criticized for avoiding taxes, has donated hundreds of millions to medical research. So maybe it's not about forcing the rich to pay. Maybe it's about redefining what wealth is for. Let's imagine a world where the richest did decide to pay. Let's say every billionaire chipped in just 1% of their net worth each year. That's enough to cover healthcare for millions. Hospitals wouldn't turn people away. No one would have to choose between food and medicine. But it wouldn't just be about money, it would be about mindset. Because when the rich help the poor stay healthy, society gets stronger. People work more, kids stay in school, stress goes down, productivity goes up. Even businesses benefit, because a healthy population means a stable economy. That's the beautiful irony. Helping others isn't just moral, it's profitable. But there's still one giant obstacle: trust. People don't trust that the system will use the money right. They don't trust the government, the insurance companies, or even charities sometimes. That's why many billionaires prefer direct giving, creating foundations, building hospitals, or funding research. They want control, they want results, and honestly, that might be the middle ground we need. Now imagine Rachel again, but this time she's at a new clinic. It's clean, fast, and affordable. Leo gets his inhaler for free because a healthcare foundation covers the cost for low-income families. She breathes easier, not just because of the medicine, but because she's not drowning in debt anymore. Now imagine that clinic exists because a group of billionaires decided they'd had enough of seeing people suffer. Not because they were forced, because they wanted to. That's what happens when compassion meets wealth. That's what happens when the rich stop asking, "What's in it for me?" and start asking, "What can I change?" But here's the other side. For every billionaire who gives, there are 10 who don't. For every foundation that saves lives, there are hundreds of people still waiting for help that never comes. That's the brutal part of this debate. We rely on generosity instead of justice. A system that depends on kindness from the wealthy isn't really a system, it's luck. And luck runs out. So maybe the real issue isn't whether the rich should pay, it's why regular people have to depend on their charity to survive in the first place. Because healthcare shouldn't be a privilege, it should be a guarantee. So, should the rich pay for everyone's healthcare? If we're talking morals, yes. If we're talking economics, it's complicated. If we're talking humanity, absolutely. But the real solution probably lives somewhere in between. A world where billionaires contribute more, governments manage better, and ordinary people don't have to gamble their lives on whether they can afford to see a doctor. Maybe the question isn't, should the rich pay? Maybe it's, why are we okay with a world where people die because they can't? Because the moment we stop asking that is the moment we stop being human.